outrageous, that a company would do something like this, and you could tell what the story is, so those who haven't heard about it.
We represent at this point 55 women, Arlene, and these women applied for, they're young women, they applied for a job at Hooters West Covina, and they were told by the person doing the interview for Hooters West Covina that they needed to change into a Hooters uniform and try it on. Then a photo would be taken of them afterwards, which would be placed on the wall in their outfits, and then they would be told whether or not they had been able to get the job. That's, of course, after they were interviewed as well. They were also told to stand in a particular corner when they tried it on, a corner of the trailer that Hooters West Covina was under construction, so that the construction workers walking by wouldn't see them change. And they were also, some of them, told that they shouldn't have their panty lines showing, in a way suggesting that perhaps maybe they shouldn't wear underpants. So these women changed into the Hooters uniform, not knowing that they were being secretly videotaped. And of course, all the women we have been representing are confirmed to be on a videotape that was made while they were disrobing and then also putting their clothes back on. Oh. And the police have that videotape.
How did they find it?
Well, we were made aware of it. Some of the women saw that there was a camera in the room, but they had no idea that it was on or that it was videotaping them. They never would imagine that anything like that would happen. Some of these young women are 17 years old, by the way. And so it's just really outrageous. In any event, we've sued because we believe that Hooters West Covina knew or should have known that this was going on. And in addition, under California law, it is not lawful for an employer to videotape in a changing room. So we're looking forward to litigating this case. Yeah. We think it's interesting, and we think that it's just an outrageous invasion of privacy.
How did they find out about it? I mean, is someone telling you? How did they learn?
I'm going to leave that to come out during the court case. But I'm just very proud of these young women, that they're standing up and that they're fighting back, and we think that those who are responsible for this should be held to be accountable. Oh,
we see now, things, but even that, I'm saying that is an, it's an important case because it's outrageous what they did.
Also, there appears to be a trend in those countries. There's a lot of videotaping. This is not our first case of secret videotaping of women changing. We've had cases involving women being videotaped when they were in restrooms, when they were, in other places where they had a reasonable expectation of privacy.
How about this new phone? I mean, they had I saw a thing where kids were able to cheat, or not just cheat, I'm saying from the phone, but you take pictures when people don't know they're getting pictures, and you find them there in their Inquirer or somewhere. Mm-hmm. Some of the things are in a restaurant, that they can't, be photographed. Have you seen, you have those phones that take pictures? Mm-hmm. So I'm saying, I think we've, that this age of communication, we've lost our privacy anyway to a very, very great extent. And, but these are issues I'm saying that really, they bother me too. But you've got so many things that you're involved in. But do you sleep good at night? Have you?
I do. I sleep well at night because I have a clear conscience.
Because you have so many things you're doing. How many hours do you sleep?
I try to get a good night's sleep, whatever that is, maybe 6 hours. It depends on the night, but I think that I have to do what I have to do in order to fight against injustice. But most of my clients are women or minorities who have been the victims of injustice, and I try to use my time, my limited time on this earth to help.
You stay busy on a one-arm paper hanger, though. I know that.
Well, I'm busy.
You were active in these same-sex marriage issues.
Yes, we also have that case pending, Arlene. We have, actually we're the first ones in California to file a lawsuit on behalf of a lesbian couple and a gay couple, Robin Tyler and her partner Diane Olson, Reverend Troy Perry and his partner Philip DeBelique. And we sued challenging the constitutionality of California's marriage law, or family code section, which defines marriage as being between a man and a woman. We think that violates the California Constitution. That's a denial of equal protection under the law, that it violates due process. And as I say, we're the first in the state to challenge the constitutionality of that law, and that case is in litigation right now because we think that couples should not be denied the right to marry the person that they choose to marry.
Can I ask you a question, which I really don't know the answer. I'm curious. You'd be a perfect person to ask. all of these, I mean, I grew up thinking it was Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve. I mean, just call me old-fashioned. This is what I was raised. And so I don't care what other people do. I really don't. I don't care who's living with who's sleeping with who. It's just, does my, say, taxes, or say, when people, because then you could say, redheaded people or people that sleep with alligators or whatever. I mean, it opens up a whole can of worms that when you start making, exceptions to rules like this.
Okay, I'm not really sure what your question is. Should the law prevent a person from marrying an alligator? Is that what you're saying?
No, when my insurance policies go up.
But what is your question?
Well, when you have, I'm saying, when you have like couples and they have a family policy, so then you have, it opens it up to same-sex relationships.
Okay, I'm not really sure.
And they have multiple relationships.
Right.
Suppose someone has...
Okay, should a person... Here's the question.
Be covered under your insurance policy or what your things that paid by the government, because then I get questions.
Let me just say this as a general principle, because I'm not really clear on what you just said. In the same way that in 1948 there was a case, the Perez case, which challenged the law which prohibited a person from marrying a person of a different race in California. That was declared unconstitutional. I think it's also, or should be, unconstitutional to deny a person the right to marry a person of their choice simply because that person is of the same gender. And I do believe that people who are gay or lesbian should have all of the rights and responsibilities that people who are not gay or lesbian currently enjoy. People who are gay or lesbian, Arlene, pay taxes. They work in our society. They have the responsibilities. Why should they be denied the rights? Can you give me one reason why, under the law, they should be denied the right to marry, a right that you and I enjoy?
I feel, I mean, this is, as I said, my own personal...
I know how you grew up, but I'm asking you, why should they be denied the legal right? Why should they be...
I don't care as long as, say, my insurance policy doesn't go up, because
why does that deal with your insurance policy?
Because someone will come in and say, well, I have a relationship with one people or two people, and we're in a compatible relationship living together, and I want to, say, marry my partner and my partner's cousin.
Well, the law already is that they can register as domestic partners.
And I'm saying, that's
and you
fine.
Support that.
Yeah.
But you just don't think they should have the right to marry? Is that what you're saying?
You know something, I really...
Why shouldn't a person be able to marry the person of their choice? Why does that hurt you? How does that hurt you if they have a right? You still have that right to marry the person of your choice. That doesn't impinge on your right. Why shouldn't they enjoy that right?
I know, and I'm saying, but there are religious issues.
A lot of these...
I'm saying there are religious issues to me that I have a problem dealing with as far as...
Okay, well, wait a minute. But if your religion...
Yeah.
If your religious person doesn't wish to marry same-gender couples, that's up to them, okay? But this is not about your religion. This is about whether the law should permit them to be recognized under the law as partners in a relationship. And that's really what this is all about. It's not about your religion. You can still practice your religion.
I'm saying my religion, and it doesn't... Nothing's going to stop me from practicing my religion or anything else. I'm saying I just come when my kids were little, I remember, and I would go to the bookstore, and they had like cookbooks and happiness books and relationship books.
Why shouldn't they be able to be happy? I don't understand. Why shouldn't they be allowed to be recognized under the law and be happy? And and a lot of these partnerships, life partners, many couples have children. Why shouldn't the children be allowed to grow up in a relationship in which their parents enjoy the right to be married, simply because they're the same gender?
Gloria,
the children shouldn't be able to live in a family where their parents can be married?
Gloria, I give you a lot of credit. I'm just saying, and I'm not for going out there and changing if someone wants to live together. That's fine.
Now, why should they have to live together without marriage if they would like to have their relationship recognized under the law?
I'm not going to be out, marching for it or anything, but I feel...
Well, I'm not asking you to march for it or not, but why should the law...
Let me answer you.
Okay.
All right, my own personal feeling, I'm saying that it's abominational as far as going back to the Bible. I mean, call me silly, call me old-fashioned, but that's
about first of all,
you know, to me it is Bible though. I think we have enough dysfunctional lifestyle that we have today, and it doesn't mean that people
but Arlene, a lot of people don't think of it as dysfunctional. I'll tell you, I think bigotry is very dysfunctional. I think ignorance is dysfunctional. I'm not accusing you of either.
I'm not saying
but this is about the law. This is not about your particular interpretation of your religion. And by the way, there are many people who are Jewish, and I know you are, and I am. There are many people who are Jewish who don't think this is dysfunctional, and there are Jewish rabbis.
Gloria, granted, but still, I'm saying
who would marry a same-gender couple.
But and I'm saying maybe it goes back to I'm saying my roots. I'm just saying that and I'm not just saying that. There's a lot of things dysfunctional. I think people that
but I don't think it's dysfunctional.
I think alcoholic families are dysfunctional. I think there's a lot.
But why are you? You know, people who are alcoholic can get married too. You know,
because I think
most people who are gay and lesbian are not alcoholics. So what does that have to do with this?
I'm saying in general. I'm talking about dysfunction. I'm saying I think it's functional to have a parent, a family unit, a mother, a father.
But many couples that's exactly what they want to be, is a family unit.
But I still think that you need a mother and a male image and a female image to raise children. This is I think it's hard enough today as it
I don't know. First of all, there are a lot of single-parent households in this country, and the children are growing.
And I was one of them.
Okay, and the children are growing up just fine without a male and a female. Sometimes.
But it hurts the kids. Divorce
you know something.
hurts kids.
Sometimes being in a marriage that is a bad marriage hurts kids more than if people are not in a marriage that is a bad marriage. And sometimes they're better off in a single-parent situation than they are in a marriage where there's physical abuse, alcoholism, addiction, neglect. So, but why that's even an issue where it comes to same-gender marriage, I don't even know why you bring that up. Because there are so many people who aren't, they're not in those kinds of situations, and they want to get married. And there are heterosexual people who are in those situations that can get married. I just don't even know how that's relevant to what I just said about same-gender couples being able to get married.
Well, it goes back. Well, again, I was saying
it goes back. I mean, with all due respect to a lot of stereotypes that you have about gay and lesbian couples, and I invite you to know them a little bit better.
I know a lot of them. I'm friends with a lot of them.
Have those stereotypes.
Something. I'm not adverse gay and lesbian. I'm just saying because I'm friends with a lot of them.
Well, this is not. It's not about. It's not even about friends. It's about whether they should have the same rights under the law that you and I have.
Well, I got 20 more minutes of this time. We may even do another show because we got things yet to talk about. But it's
time for them to have equal rights. It's long overdue.
All right. Something when you used to come, as far as you with the equal rights of the men and the women, I never wanted that because I always felt so damn superior. For me to be equal, I would have to go down 5 levels. So I used to have a problem with this equality thing because I know we're so much better. And with that thought, folks, it's so good to have Gloria. If nothing else, I'm exhausted. And you out there, I am so glad you came on my show today. Was it not interesting? Is she not unbelievable? We will do this again, and hopefully again, and we may make it the Gloria or Arlene show time we finish. Anyhow, keep coming back, and wow, it's Arlene Peck.